10 Faves, a fabulous show which goes ahead and cherry picks 10 hot items out of our 80,000 items that we have here at HSN and focuses on them in that 3 AM show. Well, this was focused in the 10 Faves, and we're going to give you a full presentation right now. Bell and Howell have done it again. It's a set of 4 clay ceramic natural air humidifiers. Notice no plugs, notice no wires, just gorgeous ceramic air humidifiers. In fact, you don't notice them. That's the best part. But
Right.
They're doing the best job in the house.
Exactly. That's exactly right. So this is a 4-pack coming to us again from Bell and Howell.
Excellent.
100-year innovators, award winners. And we love the simplicity of this item, the beautiful look of this item,
Right.
and the fact that it is going to help add moisture back into your home using the natural process of evaporation. This is literally a beautiful glazed ceramic bowl with a very, very thirsty porcelain sphere sitting on top. So all you do is add water. Any kind of water is fine. It could be distilled, it could be bottled, it could be right out of the tap. It really doesn't matter. Your larger sphere, you're getting 2 of those, and you're getting 2 of the small. You can put about a 1/4 cup of water in the small sphere and about 3/4 of a cup in the large. And I'll tell you what, I have started sleeping with these a couple years ago. I told Jeff this story. I had to buy 2 packs last year to get 2 of the little ones because it was just a 3-pack at the time.
Got it. Yep.
And my husband and I each sleep with one of the little spheres bedside. We pour in about that 1/4 cup of water at night, and by the time we wake up in the morning, it's completely dry.
Is that right?
It has put the moisture back in the air. Have you ever woken up with that dry, scratchy throat? We all know this time of year, we're cranking up the thermostats. We're starting to increase the heat in our home because it's starting to get cooler outside. But that sucks the moisture out of your air. That dries the air in your home. So your furnishings dry out. Your soft tissues dry out. You know, your hair starts to look a lot drier. Your skin looks a lot drier. This is a great way for you to be able to disperse these throughout your home or cluster them together. And then whenever you walk by, you just add a little bit of water.
That's all you need to do.
There's nothing to plug in. There's no big giant tank to have to scrub.
That's the alternative.
Exactly.
Right?
It's
I
such a
described
pain.
it as the size of a small, like a bar fridge,
It is,
right? So
yeah.
you pull out that huge humidifier, you plug it in. So number 1, that's costing you money because it's running on power. Number 2, there's the maintenance of it. What's with that black sludge in the bottom of the tank?
What is that stuff?
What is that
But
stuff?
I don't know, but I do know you have to clean it every single night.
Every single night.
You have to clean it every single night.
I mean,
With
it's
this,
running,
easy.
going the whole time. Where this, there's no plugs. There's no even batteries in this. All you do is just put in up to 3/4 of a cup of water in the large, 1/4 of a cup in the small. You're getting 4 of these, but it also comes in colours. And I need to update you on the colours because right now the grey is the most limited. And you know what? From the very first time we started showing this, in fact, there you go, we got 200 sets only, but from the very first showing of this, and remember that last year was a pack of 3, this year, popular demand, we've done 4, but the grey, which is here in front of me, that has been the biggest seller. We have fewer than 200 of these available. Free delivery. $12.48. If you put it this way, from Bell and Howell right now, if you're looking at those amazing pens that we had just a few moments ago, now this pack, you realise you're getting 9 gifts for under $50.
Isn't that great?
Right?
Wow.
You have the 4 humidifiers, the 5 pens for less than $50, delivered for free, gift boxed, all done. So let's go through the colours. So the grey we certainly have available right now. We also have the burgundy, which I like to say... Burgundy right there in front.
Right here, really pretty, a deep, rich holiday burgundy, which is just gorgeous. We also have for you that hunter green. You had good names for these last time.
Yes, I did. In fact, I called this the rainforest green.
The rainforest green.
Rainforest green, yes.
Now, the gray has been so wildly popular because this is the first time we've ever done a textured pattern to it. And I think it's so lacy and beautiful. You saw that we had it set up over on the desk over there. It looks gorgeous. We have the classic black and white. This is where it all started from Bell and Howell with that really, really beautiful contrast of the deep, rich dark and the crisp, beautiful white. We also have for you the textured black, and I think this one's really cool. It's a geometric pattern. Let me just pick it up and show you. Look at how it catches the light, and you can see that beautiful pattern emerge. So again, 2 large, 2 small, harnessing the natural power of evaporation. So you don't have to plug anything in. There's no cables, there's no wires, there's no sound. It's completely silent. And then look at this deep, rich, dark blue. Isn't that navy blue? Very, very pretty.
We would love to hear from you because this has been a big hit this season, obviously for many seasons past as well. That's why we've put in a pack of 4. But we'd love to hear from you. Give us a call, have a chat. See what you've got. Maybe you're in the ordering process. Hang in there and we'd like to have a chat with you afterwards. Right now, the grey, we have under around 150 of these now remaining in the pack of 4. So you're in 2 large, 2 small. Again, the only upkeep, if you like, or maintenance with it is just adding the water.
Add the water. Just rinse it off, let it air dry a couple times a week, just to make sure. And you were saying
that in the course of a night, the small one will actually, depending on how high you have your heat, will actually, that'll evaporate that 1/4 cup of water.
I will wake up in the morning, my husband and I both, with one of these bedside, one by him, one by me, completely dry in the morning.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That's amazing.
And here's a fun fact for you. Did you know in extreme circumstances, when we're cranking up the thermostat in our home and it's got all that heat coming in and the house is closed up, of course, for the winter because you want to keep it warm inside, that your relative humidity could drop as low as 10% inside your home.
Is that right?
And that seems very, very low, but when you consider that the relative humidity of the Sahara Desert is 25%, it could be even drier inside our homes than it is in the Sahara Desert. So we need to do something. We need to take steps to restore that moisture. You know, the woodwork in your home, the piano, the cabinetry, all of that can suffer too. What about the static electricity? Have you ever walked down that hallway and then you touched your child or you touched your husband and you went, zap! Yeah, that woke them up, right? That's not fun. Or have you had that flyaway hair or that skirt that's clinging to you on your way out to work?
All the time.
That's my biggest issue.
My biggest issue with this one. You know, that nyets right in the mornings with the static that's there. But if you think about all of our fabulous skin brands that we have here, skincare brands that we have here, what do they all talk about? Hydration, moisturize, right? This is that's that for the air. That's for the environment that you're in. That's exactly what your skin, the largest organ of the body, is drinking in or not drinking in if it's dry in there. And we all know what it happens. You turn, as you say, you turn up the thermostat. You got that circulating hot air, and suddenly you wake up in the morning, you got a dry throat, you feel dry, your face feels very dry. Now what you're doing is you're moisturizing the air. You're hydrating the air with these humidifiers, and you're not plugging them in. You don't even have to add a battery. All you have to do is add good old-fashioned H2O. Just pour them on. They're very thirsty, this porcelain. They drink it up, and then through the course of the night, through the course of the day, it'll go ahead and evaporate. Maybe it's the cubicle where you work at it. In your work, and they really do crank up the heat. You've got that circulated air. Just to give your little area, the humidity that you need in the air, you're getting a pack of 4 of these. Word of warning on the grey, we're down to maybe 100 of the pack of 4 in the grey. $24.95. Your item number's there at the top of the screen, 492082. If you speak to the operators, I can guarantee you every single one of them have taken several orders. You can see at the bottom of the screen, over 5,600 in the course of the day have sold. Amazing product, works time and time again, and I want to remind you, our extended holiday return, mean that we're going to have this sent out to you within 5 to 7 working days. You've got it for you to use in your home, in your office, up until the end of January 2017 to see how well it works. And do yourself a favour, use them and then not use them for a few days and see the difference, or just a day, however long you can put up with it, and see the difference these little wonders have made in your home, in your environment.
Well, and think about all the different places where you do need that moisture. You mentioned at the office, on your desk. You don't want a big eyesore, though, and a lot of these machines are typically very clunky and extremely ugly. Not only the black sludge that needs to be cleaned, they're just not attractive. With this, you can cluster these together. We've heard so many people call in over the last couple of years when we started offering this here at HSN, and people saying, oh yeah, we made it as a centerpiece. We clustered them together on the fireplace, on the mantle. So all the places where you might be walking by and you need that extra little bit of moisture. What about a child's room? You know, I've got a 2-year-old, so I don't want a bunch of water hitting him in the face in the middle of the night. I don't want something that's going to be too obtrusive. I don't want a lot of noise. This is silent. There's no sound whatsoever. This is the natural process of evaporation with that gorgeous glazed ceramic bowl, and then you have that thirsty porcelain sphere. It's so beautiful. All you do is just pour in your water, or you can pour it over the top, whatever is most convenient for you. I just walk by, and if I have a bottle of water in my hand or a cup of water in my hand, I just refill it as I go. And you don't have to, you don't have to lug this big giant tank over to a sink. It's so much more easy and more efficient. And I think they're so beautiful too. That really is the difference for me. I want things in my home that are aesthetically pleasing.
Absolutely.
And the way these look, they do their job and they look gorgeous.
And they look gorgeous. I want to go through the colors again. I know you're trying to make up your mind. You you might want to grab a couple of packs. Think about that. 8 humidifiers for less than $50. So the colours that we've got right now are the black. I like to call it the silky black that we have available. I'm going to start on my left. Then we move to the grey. Now, the grey from the very first airing till right now is still the most popular, but it is about to sell out. So we have the grey, and it's got a slight pattern to that. I hope you're seeing that in the vision. Then we go to the gorgeous hunter green, which I've nicknamed that rainforest green. Almost seeing the condensation dripping away. Quite classic there with the humidity. Then we go the ho-ho-ho burgundy. The ho-ho-ho burgundy. Then we go to the pattern black. Now, this has got a slight texture to those bowls. And then finally, the 7 Seas Royal Navy Blue at the far end. So if you've got maybe a little bit of a nautical theme going, the best part is that, you know, you can mix and match these and move them about. You know, make it a bit of a centerpiece.
Certainly.
They look beautiful, but at the same time, they're actually having a practical use throughout your home. We're talking about humidifying the air that your skin, your family skin, anyone who walks in is breathing in that air. And that humidity, which is important to have that moisture in your air. $24.95. Our HSN card on your first purchase, if you're getting an HSN card for the first time, you get $20 off. So HSN card, if you want to go ahead and qualify for that, there's no annual fee. You get $20 off your first purchase. So that makes this, if it qualifies for this and you go ahead, it makes it what, $5? That's nuts.
That is so great.
Delivered for free, and we've had 2 Bell & Howell products. Obviously, the wonderful Nighthawk pens, the set of 5 of those. I believe the Wild is about to sell out on those. Yet getting very close, I've just been told. Get the pens, get the humidifiers. For less than $50, you got 9 gifts, which is amazing.
That's amazing. And a lot of people don't realize this too, but as the moisture evaporates from your body, you have to increase the thermostat even more to feel comfortable.
Is that right?
So
I did not know that.
Is that amazing?
That is interesting.
As you're adding humidity into the air, you might feel comfortable at a lower temperature. So you might not have to crank up the thermostat quite so high. You might actually save on your energy costs. So again, this is gonna naturally disperse humidity and moisture into your air. This is from Bell & Howell, 100-year innovators. This is simple and easy technology, harnessing the natural process of evaporation. There's nothing to plug in, no batteries to replace, no black sludge that needs to be cleaned out. I simply rinse mine under the sink 3 times a week and let it air dry, and it's ready to go again in the evening. I sleep with one of these bedside, and so does my husband. You can sleep with the big one if you want, but we were talking the last time we presented this about maybe packing one in your bag when you're doing holiday travel, because you don't know where you're gonna go, you know, what the humidity level is gonna be like where you're going. I went back to Colorado, where I'm from, a few years ago, and I could barely even sleep at night in the hotel room because it was so dry in there. So just pack this one, you know, wrap it up in one of your t-shirts, and it's going to be good to go for travel.
And the natural question is, when do you top it up? When it dries out.
When it dries out.
It's that simple.
Just add some more.
You take off the top.
Any water.
If there's no water in there, you go ahead, pour it, and you pour it straight on top.
You can do straight on top. I like to fill the bowls. I find it's a little bit neater. But just to show you here on TV how thirsty that porcelain is, I like to pour it over the top because it drinks it right in. And it's that surface area that's allowing it to disperse that moisture into your air. It's that beautiful porcelain.
You'll be really interested to see how quickly the moisture is taken into the atmosphere. I think you'll be really quite surprised. And not only that, I think you'll be really surprised at how good the atmosphere feels. You know, maybe not waking up the next morning with that dry, crackly throat.
Can you feel it? As we're just even standing here at the table, we can feel it.
It's drenching me right now. $24.95. $24.95. You're getting a pack of 4, 2 small, 2 large, 3/4 cup of water in the large, 1/4 cup, that's right, in the small.
And 3/4.
Grey is about to go. So hang in there, and hopefully you'll grab one of those. If you want to see all the colours, all the different styles, go to hsn.com. Laurie, thanks so very much.